All right, let's get started. This is a travel itinerary and many more informations for my boss's Mexico tour, Miss Quivoto. And if I were to go ahead and show you the entire itinerary, that would take most of this video. So here's the itinerary for Mexico City and Guadalajara. You can go ahead and click on itinerary here, and this is what you'll see. You have it going from December 1st through December 7th. And this details the airline and flight info and the hotel names, the transportation for all destinations, the date of departure, date of return and travel times, destination and intermediate stops, and much more. But that is also detailed in other parts of this OneNote. So after the itinerary, we're going to go ahead and take a look at transportation. So from airport pickup from home, you'll be taking the company car that is already filled with a full tank of gas. Use the company credit card if necessary. For airport pickup / driving services in Mexico City, you'll be using Teletrans, which is another driving service for the entire time you're there. And by the time in airport pickup in Guadalajara and the rest of your time in Guadalajara, you'll be using Viator, which is a chauffeur service. Next, I would like to show you the airline and flight info. So we can go on over to plane, and you can see that home to Mexico, here's a photo of what to expect from your first flight. Your ticket has been sent to your email. And the same things pretty much for Mexico City to Guadalajara and Guadalajara to home. If you go back to your itinerary, it further details all of that down here. For example, on Tuesday, December 1st, you'll take the company car to Spokane Airport and depart on Delta Airlines. I think that you get the idea there. And now for hotel names and lodging info. You can go over to the hotels tab and see Hotel in Mexico City, and that's the Marriott Hotel because I know that you have business with them. So here is a picture of what to expect and a picture of the boardroom, and I wanted to make sure that for the boardroom it was a U-shaped room and that you had screens in the background if you needed to do a PowerPoint. And that's pretty much the same for Guadalajara. Again, the Marriott Hotel has been booked for you. And your meeting room is a U-shape with a projector in the background. And that is again detailed more in the itinerary, which I can go to briefly. Yep, JW Marriott Hotel, for example. And next we have the date of departure, and well, you can see all of that in the itinerary as well. Date of departure, date of return, and travel times. The destinations and intermediate stops are, of course, also included in the itinerary again. And let's go ahead and take a look at electricity. That would be located in MISC. Oh yes, electricity. In Mexico, the power plugs and sockets are of type A and B, and the standard voltage is 127 volts, and the standard frequency is 60 Hz. The company has provided you with 2 of these adapters for outlets for your trip, which I find very helpful. And let's go ahead and look at the language. So for language spoken, greetings, and nonverbal communications, we are so pleased to know that you're fluent in Spanish. The company has also made accommodations so that the majority of your trip is bilingual. We're also so happy that you're familiar with how the host wants to be greeted already, as you are already familiar with each other. However, when you do greet and speak with people, especially at your meetings, during your presentation, Here are some tips from a helpful video just in case that the company has included. And pretty much the same goes for etiquette. We highly encourage watching this video below before your trip in order to further your knowledge about etiquette in Mexico and what to avoid. But for the most part, the company wants you to know that we do trust you. For time zone info, you can easily go on down to this tab, and you can see the time zone of Mexico City and Guadalajara. And it's a 2-hour difference, so Mexico is 2 hours ahead of us. For travel documents and passport visa requirements, we are aware that your passport and visa is up to date, just don't forget to bring them. For medical information, we've included a list of emergency numbers just in case. And we also recommend you bring something for headaches and something for motion sickness, also just in case. And finally, don't forget your sunscreen. And we know that your vaccines are up to date. And of course, the company will cover your hospital bills should you need to visit the hospital while you're there. Moving on to the nearest American embassy locations, located in this tab. We have all of that information specifically for Mexico City, including a helpful link, and for Guadalajara, also including a helpful link. For international country and city telephone codes, we can go ahead and go down here. And this is for your trip to Mexico City. And if you scroll down, you have telephone numbers for your trip in Guadalajara. And the average weather temperature, yes, let's go ahead and look at that as well. That's also important. We have that in MISC. You're going to go ahead and use the weather app on your phone to see the weather in Mexico City and Guadalajara ahead of time. Other than that, the weather should consistently be in the 70s and sunny, as we've definitely checked that for you. And the currency that you're going to want to use is here. You're going to want to create a free account at the link below and download the app to help you with currency conversion if you want. The company has also given you $1,000 in Mexican pesos / dollars. Whatever you don't use, give back to the company. You also have access to the company credit card. Most of your trip is paid for, other than shopping trips and tipping servers and tour guides and so on. Now for the cultural information, again, that's all included in here and here. Now, beyond this, beyond all of that, let's go ahead and look at specific city information, things to do in Mexico City and things to do in Guadalajara. I just want to go ahead and let you know that I've made sure that you'll have a variety of meals while you're there. You're going to have Mexican food, you're going to have Mediterranean, you're going to have Neapolitan, you're going to have French, Italian, and so much. And all of the restaurants are 5-star. And so here's the first one detailing it here. You can go ahead and go to this tab and see it for yourself. And you're going to go on a museum tour one day. Another time you're going to go on an archaeologist tour and tequila tasting. Another time, here's the French restaurant you're going to go to. I also have a spa day booked for you. And once you go over to Guadalajara, you're going to have more dinner reservations at a nice little cafe and another dinner reservation at a Mexican restaurant. And you're going to go to a downtown private walking tour as well. You're also going to go sightseeing. And you're going to go to an Italian restaurant. And the final fun thing that I have for you is taking some time to do some shopping while you're down there as well, because I think that you would also enjoy that. And for packing suggestions, the company just advised me to go ahead and let you know, don't forget your passport and visa, bring the company credit card and the cash and pesos provided to you by the company, bring sunscreen, headache medication, motion sickness medication, bring the adapters the company has provided to you for the electrical outlets, bring your paper copy of your itinerary, etc. Now, ending back on the itinerary, in case you just wanted me to go ahead and preview you a further look at that. After Tuesday, December 1st, your first presentation day in Mexico City is going to be in the Marriott Hotel private meeting room, as I've showed you. That's what it looks like. Very nice. And yeah, essentially, that's all your questions that might need answering are going to be in here somewhere. Just go ahead and I suggest toggle around with this a bit. Get used to using it. Use your paper copy if you like that better. But other than that, yeah, that concludes this tour of your travel OneNote. Thank you very much. And if you have any further questions, please let me know.